In this first video on simplifying, we're going to be looking at expanding single brackets. In the second video, we'll be looking at expanding double brackets. Now, expanding just means to get rid of brackets. If you've got some sort of equation or expression that has brackets in it, which means it's been factorized, we're trying to undo that process and get rid of those brackets. In these three examples, they get a little bit more difficult, but cover most of the types of expanding problems you can have when we have single brackets. Now let's talk about what this means before we actually get into the process. If we look at this first example of 4 outside of x plus 2, what that actually means is we have 4 lots of x plus 2. So that means we could write it this way if we like. I have 4 lots of x plus 2, so I've got x plus 2 here, and then I've got another x plus 2, and another, and another. That's what multiplication is. It's just quick addition, really. So we've got 4 lots of them, and they're all being added together. So there's a plus there, and a plus there, and a plus there. And to do this quickly and to simplify it, we can see that, well, I've got 4 x's, so that's 4x. And I've got 4 lots of 2, so that's plus 8. And so that answer there is actually an expanded form of 4 outside of x plus 2. To do this more quickly, though, what we can do is just draw an arrow from the 4 to the x and then the 4 to the 2 to show that we're actually just going to multiply the thing outside the brackets by everything that's inside the brackets. So what that means is that I'm going to have 4 times x, which is 4x, and then 4 times 2, which is 8. Now, because there's a plus here, it means that those terms are being added together, or we're dealing with positive 2, which of course will give me positive 8. In either case, I have a plus in between them, and it gives me the same answer. So there's 2 ways of thinking about expanding. You can do it in long form by just writing it out as groups and adding them together, or you can do this quicker method by drawing some arrows and multiplying them term by term. I'm going to be using the quicker method from now on. Okay, in this second problem here, notice that the term outside of brackets here has a negative, and that makes things a little bit more difficult. You need to be careful about negatives because they multiply by everything. And this is a common mistake from students, is to miss out on that negative and only multiply it by some things. So once again, I'm going to draw my arrows here, and just remember that we have negative 3 times 2x and then negative 3 times positive 4. So negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So instead of writing the plus that was over here in between them, I'm actually going to write just minus 12, which is the same thing. So minus 6x minus 12 will be my final answer. In the third problem, notice that we have a single bracket in each case. They're just sort of separated. So it is still considered a single bracket problem, but it is much more difficult than the previous ones. What we want to do, once again, is just multiply the term outside the brackets by the term inside. And being careful here to watch out for that negative, because that is being multiplied by each term in the second set of brackets. One thing that we're going to need to do with this problem that we didn't do with the other ones is also simplify our answer. Let's get to that at the end. So in my first line of working, I'm going to expand both sets of brackets without simplifying. So that will be 6x minus 4. And then it's minus 3 times 4x, which is minus 12x. And then this is the mistake that many students make. It should be minus 3 times minus 7, which is positive 21. However, many students often write that as negative 21, forgetting that that is a minus in between the 2 brackets. In my second line, I'm going to simplify by gathering like terms. So we can see that will be minus 6x plus 17. So please remember to simplify your answer if you can. That's it for this video. In the next one, we're going to look at expanding double brackets. Thanks for watching.